Too many people think they fucking know me. Might charge you double when I cop a OZ. Might pop a Oxy and I'll fucking OD. Tony, your name is all
Alright, run it E.
Welcome again to another episode of Around the Corner. I'm your host, Ethan Doors.
Z-Dad in the building. We got a guest here to my right.
MVRTINX, a.k.a. Bershawn LaFleur, B-Sean, Breezy, B, whatever you want to call me. I'm straight up. That's cool.
Wow, that's a lot of
There we
nicknames.
go.
All right.
Oh, no. Let me tell you my government. I already told you my government. I'm tripping. No, there's so many fucking nicknames. I'm just like, dog, whatever.
Whatever,
bro.
So,
All right.
I guess off the bat, man, MVRTINX, what made you pick that name?
As a kid, I always like looked up to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X because of like I had peaceful qualities by myself, but like if I was provoked in a certain way, you would see that other side of me. But when I respected the teachings of Martin and Malcolm, so I kind of just like put that together because I felt like that represented me as a whole. Like I'm a chill, laid back person, but if I gotta step up, I will. Pretty much it. So yeah.
Sweet, man. Mm-hmm. So at what age did you kind of become interested in those two figures? I mean, obviously you're gonna be introduced to them at some point, but what age did you kind of go out on your own and start to do your own research on them?
Well, when you like a black kid, you kind of already know these figures, like
Right.
off rip. Like when you start processing and shit and all that, you automatically get to know. It's like embedded in like these are these great role models. Look up to them, know your history, know your culture, all that. So my grandfather, he was pretty deep in the civil rights movement on my dad's side. So I'd say about 4. That's when I started like looking up to them, looking into them, because my dad, before he was a Christian, he actually was a Muslim, a black Muslim.
Okay.
And I started looking into Malcolm X. So yeah, around that time, 4 to 5, I was getting interested in those role models and those figureheads.
Right.
So yeah.
So, are you from Lawrence? Where are you from?
No. East St. Louis, Illinois.
East St. Louis. Why is it called East St. Louis? It's in Illinois.
So the funny thing about East St. Louis, it's literally, so you go to St. Louis, right, downtown, there's like 2 bridges from St. Louis directly to East St. Louis.
Oh, weird.
And yeah, and I tell everybody that be like, oh, I'm gonna go to St. Louis for spring break. And I'm like, why would you want to go there? And he was like, oh no, it's safe. I'm in downtown. I'm like, bitch, there's 2 bridges leading directly to the hood. You ain't fucking safe.
Oh, so East St. Louis is the sketchier part of St. Louis.
Yes. If you talk to anybody that knows about Illinois, you talk about Chicago, they be like, oh yeah. But then you bring up East St. Louis, they like, oh fuck no. I would drive through Chicago before I drive through East St. Louis.
So it's like the Gary, Indiana type thing.
Kind of like that. It's like if you had to.
It's loud as shit.
Yeah. If you had to rate it or level it, sorry, my fault. Yeah, you good. If you had to like rate it or level it, it would probably be like everybody would be like Compton. I would be cool driving through Compton than East St. Louis, Illinois, because East St. Louis has like a reputation of being one of the worst cities in America.
Really?
Because of the crime rate. And
you're comparing that to Compton. That's fucking.
No, that and honestly, no. I didn't live there long enough, but like I lived there long enough to have a definite guarantee that that is someplace I will not go back to. Yeah. After all that shit.
Okay.
Because some of the shit I experienced in the little time that I was living there with my parents, I wouldn't want to experience that again because that shit was straight ass. That was coke. There was just coke everywhere, drugs everywhere. Another body, another day. You would go to sleep to gunshots. So it was pretty fucked up.
What age did you move out of St. Louis?
I was 8 years old when I moved out.
And you moved from there to Lawrence.
And that was a culture shock because first off rip, I was like, there's so many goddamn white people. What the fuck? I've never seen so many white people in my life. And then another thing that But another thing I noticed, so when you talking, which is something they never did in East St. Louis, people would look at you directly, and I was like, why are y'all looking straight at? Because I wasn't used to that. It was just eye contact everywhere, and I was just like, nah. Motherfuckers would not look at you.
People are direct here. People are nice. People are
like mad direct. Funny story. When first night we moved here, we was in Hy-Vee gas station, the one on
6th.
Yeah, that's closed down now.
Yeah, on 6th in Monterey.
So a guy comes up and knocks on my dad's driver door, and he's like, "Nice night we're having here," and he jumped back so hard.
Yeah, I jumped back.
I mean,
Like, who the fuck are you?
never do that, no matter where you're at.
He did it, and I was like, "What the
That's some
fuck?
weirdo stuff.
What the fuck is with these people?"
That's crazy.
But it was a culture
White
shock.
folks crazy.
It was a culture shock. I wasn't ready for it, but I mean, I adapted. So
100%.
Right. So why did you start doing music? Why music in Lawrence?
Well, music has always been embedded in me. I used to go to church, and gospel music. The gospel music is just, once you get into a choir and in the church, and gospel music is just singing, and the choir starts singing, that sound just kind of it reverberates and all that shit.
Oh, it moves.
Yeah,
It moves.
and then you start you just start falling in love with it. And at first, I couldn't sing for shit. I could not sing for shit. I was so trash. But my mom coached me, and then I started developing a love. And before I got into like for real rap, my mom would play this gospel rap. Well, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing with artists like Lecrae and.
Okay, I've heard of Lecrae.
Yeah,
he's got some mainstream.
He got some,
shit.
he got some mainstream shit. But
who's the big one? Andy
Mineo.
Andy
Mineo. He hard. Now
Yeah.
I didn't know. He sounded like a black dude. But then I saw his picture. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This shit go hard. But no, after that, I kind of bridged off and started going back. Cause my dad, even though he a pastor, he was like, hey, you know what? Let me. So he caught me listening to Wu-Tang Clan, and he was like, I got something better than that. Didn't agree with him, but it's Wu-Tang. He was like, all right, I want you to listen to a Tribe
Wu-Tang
Called-
is forever.
Wu-Tang is forever, most definitely. Wu-Tang is most definitely forever.
Shout out Wu-Tang.
Shout out Wu-Tang.
As if they need
I know
any
you
more
listen.
fucking
They didn't
shout
need
out.
any more shout outs. Wu-Tang is forever. He was like, I want you to listen to a Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, and a whole lot of. He was like, have you ever heard of Busta Rhymes? He just starts ripping off. What's funny, Tupac was the last thing he brought to me.
So he was more of like a late 90s guy than a early 90s.
Oh yeah, but when I went to my mom, I was like, what rappers would you suggest was cold? She was like, Tupac. That was the first thing that came out of her mouth. So I went through all of the stuff before Tupac, then worked my way up to Tupac, Biggie, Lil' Kim, Missy Elliott, all them to 90s. Then rappers that I recognized as actors at the time, who I didn't know was
Ice Cube.
Ice
fucking
Cube. I was on
Ice-T.
Ice Cube, NWA,
Ice-T,
Dr.
goddamn.
Dre, Queen Latifah, LL Cool J, all these motherfuckers.
That is weird to think about. They are all actors.
They're all actors. Even Will Smith, old head ass. I was just like, what the
I consider
fuck?
him an actor over a artist, honestly.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, he's obviously done more in his acting career than in his music career.
Music, but then he jumped on for Aladdin. I was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, Chief. I don't know, Chief.
What do you mean? He's the
I
genie.
don't know, bro.
Trying too hard.
He is. But hey, you know what?
I mean, you see him on TikTok, right?
Oh, dude,
Cringe.
it is cringe.
Dude, delete TikTok, please.
It
I don't
is
have
cringe.
TikTok. I only see it from.
But
gonna
when that
delete
whole
you.
Jada shit happened, I was like, oh, dude, really? But yeah, once I got into rap, I started writing poetry, and then I started putting it to beats. In all honesty, me starting like trying to start a career going didn't start till like in 2018.
Why'd you start that? Did someone gas you up?
Mm-mm.
Did someone put you on?
I was broke as fuck. I couldn't get a mic. I was borrowing FL Studio off of somebody who already paid the premium. So
Dude, that's where I started. I mean, as far as my
I torrented that
short
shit.
career of
and that's what everybody
beat
say, like,
making,
nah, dude, get
FL
the
was
crack
where it was
version.
at.
But then that's when I found out, I was like, okay, so say you blow off on that crack version. That song is not yours. That's when and I was like, okay. But I was broke as fuck. I didn't have a mic. But when I went to Baker, I got in contact with some people. Shout out Carlos. He was like, hey, bro, I got a mic. I got a whole setup. Just bring your lyrics and we'll get to work. So went over to his place. We just started hashing out music. And then that's when I dropped my first song ever was Hoes and Freaks. Yeah. Song is fucking...
Sounds like some Too Short.
It was so bad. I look at that project and I was like, what was I on?
Do you leave so songs like that you kind of just put out without without giving it some time to revisit? Do you leave that stuff up for people to check out still?
Yeah, I do, because I see it as I may talk shit on it now and be like, that was the worst fucking song I ever did.
It's a stepping stone.
But that's you. And at the end of the day, that's what you created.
That's what I put out.
And look what you started with, and look,
and I see the growth through the track list. I'm like, okay, I released this song, that song, that song, that song. That one, not that good, but this one, the next one, better.
Yeah.
Excessively. It was all about growth. I knew off rip that in my head this shit probably sounds fire, but when I release it, it's gonna still sound fire. But maybe 2 years down the line, when I look back to it, I'm like, that shit garbage, bro. What the fuck? Why would y'all niggas gas me up to drop this shit? Y'all should have told me, like, hey, bro, you might want to not really.
You might want to perfect it a little.
You might want to dial it back real quick, bro.
But then there's also like that might just be on them that they don't necessarily know the quality that you can make, So they're on the journey with you, you know.
And that's why I always say an artist is their own worst critic. They are their
100%.
own worst critic. Like I have dropped songs recently where I went to like Kata and G's and Chata and basically everybody in my network, and I'm like, I don't know if I should drop this shit. I don't know. And they'll be like, dog, no, you need to drop this shit. But it'll be vice versa. Like I hear something from either one of them and they be like, I'm iffy. But I'm like, no.
Right.
That's the hardest shit I've ever heard. But like I said,
and then there's always got to be people who probably just gas you up for no fucking reason.
Those are the ones I try to stay away from.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, it's fire.
Those are the ones I try to
criticism.
Stay. Yeah. That's I thrive off criticism. I tell everybody, like, don't bullshit me.
Right. So who are your biggest supporters then?
My parents. Because
they listen. They fuck with your shit. They got SoundCloud.
Them being Christians, they like. I really wish you didn't curse, but I know that's you. But I do support you. You do make good quality music. My family is my day one supporters. I've known a lot of people who told their family, like, I'm going to do music, and they just straight up just abandoned them. So I'm lucky to have them.
Right.
I'm lucky to have them. And also my supporters is people within my network who I tell them, I'm like, I want your criticism. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for Kata, I would have probably stopped after my Hoes and Freaks, because I got into like a little pit of depression. I was going nowhere. I didn't have any money whatsoever to actually get my shit going, and I was like, and I was in college at the time because I wanted to go for like radio or music, and then I wasn't learning shit, and I was like, I kind of hit like a little like crossroads where I was like, all right, do I either drop out, pursue this shit full time, or do I just give up music
and get a fucking job? Pretty much.
And then I was like, live a boring life or live a fulfilling one. That was pretty much the question. And I was like, okay. So I told my parents the game plan. I'm like, I'm dropping out. And they was like, okay, what's the plan? And I was like, I'm gonna get a full-time job, support my music career, fund my music career. So the job I got out of the gate, I was able to buy all my equipment in one swoop. So I was like, straight up.
Damn, so no bills?
No bill.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It took me months to be like, oh, I finally have enough money to buy something I actually want instead of just living.
No, I had bills. So my parents are sweet like that. They was like, we ain't gonna charge you for rent or none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just get your feet under yourself and
awesome.
finally start doing you. So yeah, I dropped out and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing this. And that's when I straight up told him, I was like, look, you are the final say of whether or not I release a track because I value your input. Unlike other people out here who basically say, oh, that shit is fire, but listen to Playboy Cardi. Sorry, if you hear this shit, that shit was garbage. I don't give a fuck.
I feel like most music nowadays is trash unless it comes from
Drake,
J. Cole,
or
J.I.D.
oh no, yeah,
fucking...
Don't put Drake in there.
Okay, well,
okay, Drake.
Okay, we just had this conversation earlier.
Say what you
No,
will
no,
about the
I'm
man.
not even hating on him.
Say what you will about the man.
In comparison to most rappers nowadays,
He's
I wouldn't consider him a
compared to some
lyricist.
rappers.
I'd consider. I mean,
Oh,
he's a
don't
pop
compare
star.
him to Don't compare him to J. Cole or Kendrick. They will eat him up.
Different universes.
Different universe.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that, G's.
I'm telling you, bro, Drake will make your favorite anthem right now. Right now.
Shit'll be
Bar for
played out in
bar,
2 days.
I get it, but I'm telling you this. I'm sorry I had to chime in. That's all.
Yeah, but like, I mean, there's not a lot of quality right now, and there's not a lot of people who has an ear for quality right now. And I hate to be the one to say it. I'm just like, your favorite rapper sucks. Probably. Like, your favorite rapper probably sucks. Unless it's somebody that I know or work with, they suck.
You heard it here first.
There you
heard
go.
it
There
here
you
first.
go. Tag it.
Sorry.
That's a clip.
That's a clip.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
clip.
sorry.
Your favorite rapper sucks.
Your favorite rapper sucks. Unless I know I'm gonna work with them, they suck.
Then who do you fuck with? Who's your favorite rapper right now? Who's your top 5 or top 3? Do a top
Top
3.
three.
Top 5 is kind of hard.
I can do top 5. I could do top 5. Can they be local or do they have to be straight up blown up?
Your all time
top
whatever
5
it is.
that you're listening to.
Top 5 I'm listening to. I'm listening to a lot of guav mizzle. I'm listening to a lot of guav mizzle. That nigga go hard. That nigga go hard. I'm guav mizzle. Some Xavier Wolf. That's 2. 3. Damn. Then this is the fucking hard one.
I told you.
I know.
You said you could do 5 easy.
I could, but I hit the little break. I'm like, can I mush them 2 together? I'm just gonna go ahead and mush them. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna put them 2 together.
Goats.
There you can't deny it.
Yeah, my nigga Chada. I've heard some of his shit. His shit is pretty goated. I fucks with that. And
It's cool.
And G's too.
I've heard it.
And G's too. So the funny story about how I discovered him was through Kata. And I never heard of him.
Oh,
ever.
you're sleeping.
I never heard of him before I met Kata. Kata was like, I need you to listen to this. He dropped this little thing called It's a Party. I was like, all right. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, so not gonna lie, he almost made me stop working. Yeah, dude.
People sleeping.
Yeah, dude. That shit was so gas. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm on that level, low key. But hey, you know what? Those are the top 5 that I fuck with. I keep listening to them, and it got to the point where I'm like, I find myself listening less and less of the mainstream shit, and I'm listening local.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw in a 6 in there because like this one dude, he has this one trap called Pimpin' and Ballin', Mike the Ruler. Yeah, no, not
Jason Derulo?
No, RULA or Mike the Ruler. He from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He got some fire shit too.
Out there from the Kirk.
Yeah. I don't know how they get down over there, bro. But
On a bunch of meth. New Mexico.
Shout out Albuquerque.
Shout out Albuquerque. No,
The Kirk.
the Kirk. But yeah,
Captain Kirk.
that's pretty much who I be. That's pretty much the people I pretty much look up to for
So
music.
outside of the hip hop music, do you have any other influences, such as like an R&B, a country, a
No country. I'm sorry.
no country.
No country.
Country's
All right.
canceled.
No country. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't get.
You don't like no Tim McGraw?
I fuck.
Is Tim
I
McGraw
will
even
fuck
country?
country
I don't
girls,
even
but
know.
I
Tim McGraw?
can't.
Is it? I've heard the name before.
I'll
Who
fuck.
the fuck is Tim McGraw?
Who the fuck? I mean, hey, do as you wish. But I'm sorry. I mean, I know of country artists, but
Nothing to that you'll.
I
I'll
mean, I
catch you
have
listening
listened to
to.
a little bit of Dolly Parton, George Strait, but none of this new shit that's coming out, this Morgan Wallen or whatever.
it's-
Ooh, what do you think about that dude saying the N-word? And
I don't give
not
a
even
fuck.
getting canceled.
I
He's
don't-
like the country
Who is
music squad's like, sorry.
Look, hold up. Niggas get canceled for the littlest shit. I'm just gonna say this right now. Niggas get canceled for the littlest shit. So insignificant. So Morgan. No, I'm not. Let me finish. Hold on. Before you even, I already know what you was finna say. Morgan Wallen saying the N-word. I'm gonna just straight up say he shouldn't have said that shit in public. Because I'm gonna be honest, black people, your white friend probably says the N-word in private, just not in your present company.
You heard it here first.
I stopped saying that shit.
I
5
stopped
years
saying
ago.
that back in 2020. Just joking.
White, look, but like I should have said, like he should have been more careful.
Mm-hmm.
But for as this whole canceling shit, it's over the littlest. Now him saying the N-word, that's pretty. That's understandable.
I mean, as a white person, as a country person,
he shouldn't be saying
see,
that. Shit.
as someone who grew up in Oskaloosa, G's Guala can definitely fucking have a say in this. That word literally means nothing because there are no black people.
Oh no.
Which is so fucked up. As like someone who was born here and then moved there and then came back, like that, like it makes no sense to me. I'm like, how about you just don't say it? How about it?
It doesn't compute. It doesn't compute because I used to chill with this chick in Tongi.
Oh, exactly. Same difference.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
It's a little bit bigger. See,
it's-
Tongi's less bad than Oskaloosa because Tonganoxie might have like 2 or 3 black
And
people.
that's it. And it was the same story for Eudora. It was the same story for Eudora. It does not compute. It literally does not compute. It'd be like, hey, how about you chill on that word? Like, present company. And he's like, I don't know. You let... Now, people who come to me and say the same shit is like, you let your friends say it. And I'm like, okay, so my friends is either Mexican, Asian, or of some culture descent.
So do you care if a different culture says it? Because I've
No.
seen so many native people act like it's the same word to them.
I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't care. If a Mexican comes up and is like, what's up, my nigga? I'm like, what's up, bro?
Okay.
I don't really give a fuck. Because it's at the
Don't
same...
say it.
He's
I
half-
know
he's
he was.
half
It was on the
Mexican.
tip of his tongue, dude.
he's like,
He's like,
I can say it half the time.
I really don't. It's just point. It's like the part of. It's just one of the. It's like that gray area for like white people saying the N-word, but it's just like you find out they say that shit in private, and it's just like shit. Then that's when you start deterring from, okay, do I take it as a disrespectful or respectful? Because I've had instances where I had one white person stroll up to me who I didn't fucking know.
Just
If I don't-
straight.
If I don't fucking know you, you don't say that shit. I'm sorry. You do not say that shit, period. And I had one dude stroll up to me. He's like, what's up, nigga? I'm like, oh, bro. I don't know you.
Yeah, that's-
I don't fucking know you.
Especially
That's a bit,
those 3 words. That's a little.
I was like, I don't
Specific.
fucking. I was like, I don't fucking know you, bro. I'm not your
What did
nigga.
it? What
You're like,
was
wait,
the-
me?
What was the follow up to that? I mean,
So I was at a party.
Yeah,
and
right, okay, yeah.
It's perfect fucking.
Cool.
I was at a party and
Yeah.
dude just saw me. Now this is when waving was a pretty big fucking thing. And
What do you mean? That-
Waves.
Waves.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
okay,
when
yeah,
waving
yeah.
was a pretty big thing, and I had on my do-rag, and
He was capping.
yeah, he was capping, and now this might sound very stereotypical, but my favorite choice of drink is Hennessy.
Mhm.
I love that shit.
You should have saw our bathroom. We had 8 handles in that bitch.
Oh man,
At least.
I had on I had like a little handle of
Sad.
Hennessy. Came up in here and dude just strolls up to me. He was like, "What's up, my nigga?" I'm like, "Dude, no." Now I didn't do anything because I was already fucked up. I was like, "I don't feel like fighting you." I'm talking about
My what?
like what exactly? So I was like, I I'm off 4 dab hits. A couple of swigs of Hennessy. I don't feel like fighting you, my guy. And he was like, "Oh, bro, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Just go, go do some beer pong, take some shots, live your life. I'm not really in a fighting mood." But Morgan Wallen saying that N-word, I mean, he should have done it. He should have been careful about it. But at the end of the day, it fucking happened.
Okay, Robert Downey doing blackface. Because I love that movie. Dog.
So funny story. We was talking.
But it's a parody of a parody.
And so yeah, I mean,
funny story. So my family was talking. It was so hilarious. So my family was talking about it, and they was like, my sister was like, "Was Robert RDJ doing blackface racist?" And I was like, hella fucking racist. And my mom was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Why didn't he get canceled?" It was like, because it was too damn funny. It was
yeah, I saw a post. It was like, imagine a black Iron Man. Who would be the cast? And it was like Robert Downey Jr. Just showed a picture of him in blackface.
Bro. Are things that are potentially offensive acceptable if they are good enough to cross that barrier of even the person that it could be offending thinks it's too funny to even give a shit about the actual offense?
Dude, it happens. It happens every day. Look at Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle says the most outward shit, but everybody just finds that shit hilarious. And me included. I find that shit hilarious. That shit he did on Dave Chappelle's show when he was like Clayton Bixby.
Oh man,
that shit was too fucking funny.
R.I.P. Chappelle show. Don't watch that shit on Netflix.
No, it's back on.
Yeah, but they don't give him any money for it. So
I thought it's back on because they got him paid. They paid him.
Oh, they did pay him?
Yeah, they paid him.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
They paid
Watch
him.
that shit.
Shout out Chappelle. Gonna be shouting people out every
Shout out
second.
people that make more money than we do.
Oh, dude, fucking. But hey,
soon we'll be there.
But no, it literally, the amount of times I get questioned on this. It's so funny because like being like one of like 3 black people in like Eudora, and I was in high school when all like these police shootings like Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown, and then once the topic brought up, you immediately get a magnifying glass right on you, and it's like, what do you think about it? And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? What do I think about it? I mean, it's fucked up.
What do you think about it?
I'm like,
that's the question.
I'm like, what do you think about it? Then you say like you say some outward shit like, I think police should be disbanded. You get slang for that. You say some other shit like you either say police should be disbanded or black people should stop acting like all this bullshit.
I know we got kind of off track, but back to the whole music making situation. So I asked you, what outside influences besides hip hop artists did you have?
Okay.
So I guess is there anything or is it strictly hip hop?
No, it's as an artist, I feel like you either need to look out, broaden your horizons.
Right.
If you stay stuck on one like fix, you're never gonna adapt. You're never gonna grow. So I love R&B, blues, rock, punk. I even fuck with a little dubstep, house music.
What's your top 5 white people bands?
Ooh. So before they got branded as a fucking country group, I can't believe I don't know why I'm forgetting their names.
It's the Jonas Brothers.
No. But they made Life is a Highway. I can't believe I'm blanking. Rascal Flats. I fucked with them.
I mean, he was always country, wasn't he?
No, I thought you branded as rock.
No, that's
You're
country.
tripping, that's country.
That's country as they get, brother.
I mean,
you spend too much time in Eudora.
Bruh. Honestly, man. If they was country, I must have missed it because I was headbanging to that shit.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I was headbanging to that shit.
I watch Cars. Stupid. No, but honestly, like, I'm really into the R&B kind of genre, and obviously that.
Oh, R&B is popping.
That is it popping though? Because I don't.
No.
See
You got her. You got Jasmine Civilian. What's another?
Some people in Spillage Village. I forget what her name is.
Really? Yeah.
Spillage
I mean,
Village,
I haven't really been
JID,
looking at it. It's just
fucking
nothing hits
Earth
this
Gang.
No, Earth Gang. I will count Earth Gang, but
as
like,
R&B.
huh?
As R&B.
They dabble in it.
Really?
Yeah.
SZA.
Yeah, SZA pretty dope. SZA pretty dope. Who also up in there? I said her, Jasmine. Her, SZA. Fuck. Hold on.
Badu's still making shit, bro.
Go.
Isn't that crazy?
No, wait, she is.
Yeah,
That's
she
mommy right there.
had
I'm
a
missing.
song
I'm
with,
fucking missing it.
Yachty of 2 years ago.
No.
With
Lil Yachty?
Yeah. She had a song with Yachty like 2 or 3
She was
years
on
ago.
Wolf with Tyler Creator's Wolf album.
Oh yeah, hold
yeah.
on. Yeah, that was another one I was about to say. Sid the Dude.
Oh,
SZA.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
The internet.
the internet.
Oh, the internet goes hard. I mean, yeah, that's
internet.
fair. That's fair enough.
Steve Lacy pretty.
Anderson .Paak makes some fucking R&B stuff.
That's true. He'll go back and forth. He'll do that Drake style kind of thing where he sings and then raps. But I mean, I fuck with him for sure.
Ari Lennox is, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna throw in there Ari Lennox too. There's another girl I like listening to. Her name is Elle Varner. She pretty hard. So yeah, would you throw Childish Gambino in R&B low key?
the last two projects.
Yeah,
for sure.
the last two projects was
But
pretty.
even This Is America was kind of a rap song.
It was kind of a rap song, but I don't.
He's on that. He's transcended. He's just a musician.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
that's
that
fair to
point.
say.
Yeah, at that point. But yeah, R&B I fuck with heavily. Honestly, low key, I'd say directly R&B because, like in the name, it puts my favorite two top genres in one package, and I'm like, I can get with that.
Get down with the sad ass blues, some fucking slow shit.
Dude, honestly, when I'm in my like little state of just sadness, I just like put on some instrumentals, man. Just let me just get in my car and just drive around and just clear my mind, clear the space, clear the air, and all that bullshit. So
Do you ever throw lyrics? Do you ever fucking freestyle on that?
sometimes,
Yeah.
if I feel it, I'll freestyle.
It's gotta be a vibe though.
It gotta be a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not gonna get on a beat just to get on a beat.
Right. So do you use that time to like choose beats for songs, or is that more of a release type thing where you're like, just get my fucking mind off of whatever my mind's on?
Sometimes I might do both. Sometimes in that space of me trying to get some clarity, I might grab a something. I'm like, okay,
Right.
this sound. Let me look up for this type of sound. I did dabble in producing a little bit and made a little bit of beats.
That shit's hard though.
It is hard.
That shit's just finding the right sound and then putting it in the right order. is
I give
impossible.
so much. Oh, sorry, I just knocked that off.
Do whatever you do.
I give so much respect to producers because it's like that process is so fucking hard and draining, and it's like, okay, I gotta find this sound. I've seen, but then once you link with a producer who knows what they're doing, it's just like you see them work and it's
It's
like,
butter.
oh, what the
It's
fuck?
butter. Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
like nothing. It makes no sense. To
it
me.
makes no sense.
But also like
It's like
as-
they can make almost anything sound good if you got a good producer that's sitting there
That's
mixing it all
pretty much
together.
I guess
I mean,
yeah. If you get good at anything, you know, like it becomes just something that you fucking do. It doesn't even become doing the thing anymore. It just becomes, oh, I'm doing what I fucking love to do.
right. And then that's when I was like, okay, maybe I should work on my lyricism and then work on that later.
Okay.
So at that point, I was like, okay, let me work on writing lyrics, and then the metaphors then came in, then the double entendres, then all that bullshit, and it was just like, okay, to the point where it became like the back of my hand. I'm like, all right, click.
Do you find the beat first, or do you write the lyrics first?
Sometimes either one of the or other.
Yeah.
I find myself finding lyrics and I just can't find a beat, and I have to just be like, all right, put it inside till I find a beat for it.
So you just have like a bunch. Do you, in like your notes app on your phone? Do you just have like random lines and random
Yes.
shit that you're just like, how can I add this to just
Yes.
anything?
It rarely happens, but I have a beat. I will find a beat, and I will vibe with that beat so much. I will write the song within the hour, and it'll be just that. And then I'll record it, and then send it to like one of my friends and be like, "What y'all think about that?" And it just be like that sometimes. Now, sometimes like where I'm at right now. Let it out, bro. You sound like you done.
Yeah. We'll act like we don't already.
Kidding, I'm just kidding.
So, like, the project I'm working on is called Sober Tapes, and I'll explain that later. But I've hit a wall. I sometimes find myself hitting a wall where I have to be like, okay, maybe let me take a few steps back. And then I find myself just shooting through it. And I'm just going through it, ripping it off. Sometimes in the process, I end up finding the beat first. And I'm like, that's cool, but I ain't got no lyrics to that.
Right.
I ain't got no lyrics to that. But, yeah. I'd say it's a whole process. It's a muddied process, but sometimes if you're good enough, if you love music enough, the process becomes clear. So.
Right.
So do you separate, like, when you're writing down your lyrics, do you separate, like, oh, this song is, like, a party banger, and this song is strictly lyricist, like, this is lyrical stuff that not necessarily will get paid or played at a party. Do you know you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like your radio hits, you know?
Sometimes I don't separate.
No.
Sometimes I conclude the two. Sometimes people will listen to the beat, and I can tell they're just listening to the beat and not the lyrics. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Then I'll go to somebody who is lyricism heavy, to people who I'm like, I want to know what you're saying. And I go to them, I'm like, what you think? And they're like, yo, yeah, you good. But sometimes I combine the two, but it's not a lot because I know the generation I'm in, and
people don't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck.
It's hard.
They don't give a fuck, dude.
I mean, Panda. We grew up in a time where Panda was the hottest song for like 8 months.
No, look at recently, bro. Like, honestly, the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine situation.
But even he says it more words.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying,
Okay.
Oh my god. No, that is true. That's facts.
True.
Like, he says more words.
He says more
than
words
designer.
than
No, that's
Designer.
he names his
Facts.
songs gibberish though, like Zaza, not Zaza. That might as well have been a song. I don't fucking know. But
Are you Tekashi?
Gummo.
Kiki.
Which is Gummo about the movie Gummo? Because
I seen that. That's what. Because I seen that movie before he dropped that song. I was like,
supposedly it's like a super fucked up movie. I don't even know what it's about.
it's about this town that got like fucked by a tornado, and it's like the slums, and it's like these two kids that go around killing cats for money,
For fun?
for money, for fun.
Don't fuck with cats.
It's just it's a weird
Don't
ass
even
movie.
start.
It's apparently dark, but it's just not. It's just weird. It's just fucking weird.
Right.
Yeah.
God damn.
So where do you see your music taking you? Do you see it taking you on the radio? Do you see it taking you to avenues such as, I don't even know where this question's going, dog. I'll be honest.
Yeah, what are your goals? What are your
Like
goals
where
with music?
are you trying to get on the radio? What is your intent with your music, I guess?
I want to not only just be recognized, but I want to like reach out to people. I want my music to inspire, and not just like, oh, I'm making music just for shits and giggles. I want it to actually inspire, because in some of my music I touch very heavily on mental health, suicidal behaviors, or PTSD, or stuff of that matter, or just trying to find the light in every situation, because of once you take your experiences as a person and put it into a craft, I think you really start finding yourself out to be what you really are. So
Especially when you put, it has to be reflective of yourself.
Mhm.
Like you're not just putting words to beats. You're trying to put yourself on the beat.
and that's what I do, and that's what I try to do every time, because I make songs that is very wide variety. Like, I may make party songs, I may make hard hitting songs, I may make very lyricism induced heavy songs. I may fuck around with it and just have fun. It's just who I am as a person. I'm basically selling me, my brand, who I am. And what I'm trying to do with music goes way past radio. Like, I'm trying to start my own fucking record label in the future. Like, if this shit work out, I might want to start my own record label, because I hear so many stories about how artists who blow up gets fucked over by record labels, still have yet to receive checks, and the only time they get paid is for shows.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
And even Kanye saying that he wants the artists to own their own masters. Even created his own record label for that to happen, and still doesn't fucking like give people their masters and shit like that.
Kanye crazy like that. I really don't expect anything.
So I'm here on your Instagram. I see that you got a picture posted, and you get your caption is I've slowly stopped believing in love. I'm not there yet, but I'm scared I'll be there soon. That was 26 weeks ago. So what has your mindset changed as far as where you're at, or
That was exactly
what do you
6
think? What do you think?
It has, because before I got on Diversion and got on Papers and shit, I was that's a whole other
It's
story.
a whole nother podcast now.
Whole other story. I was very heavily into drugs. Was doing way more than what my usual weed and all that shit. I was popping way more pills than I should have been. It kind of got really dark, and I was just like, and it got to the point I was like, man, I ain't getting into no relationship. I'm just gonna fuck these hoes, and that's exactly what I was doing. I was just fucking these hoes, and then it got
Preach.
I know, but it got to a point where I was like, man, do I really want this life of just self-pity and just this bullshit and just feeling sorry and sad that. And then it got to when I got arrested, and then that's when I was like, okay, you know what, I can either be like, damn, I can't smoke weed, I can't do drugs, yada yada yada, or I'm like, you know what, I can either pimp this situation and make something beautiful out of it. So that's when I started to do. That's when the idea of Sober Tapes came out, because.
Yeah. So what's Sober Tapes? You got that coming out soon.
So Sober Tapes is a mixtape that I'm dropping, which is just basically my experiences of just cutting it out. I have songs with Chada, G's, and it's just basically explaining over a lot of situations. It's just basically trying to find myself again and get back to the music rather than just rapping about bullshit. So yeah.
Right.
Well, be on the fucking lookout.
Be on the lookout
for Sober Tapes. This has been another beautiful episode of Around the Corner. Once again,
Sir.
My name's Ethan Doors.
You got Z-Dad here. Sorry, dog. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. My Instagram is at
Interruptions.
Mom's favorite son. He doesn't have fucking Instagram because he's a loser.
No, dude, I stay off social media. So catch me around the corner.
And our beautiful guest has been
Martin X.
Here we go. Catch us next
Check 'em out.
time.
Gang.